So it's passing 2 p.m. on a Wednesday, and we're going to do two things here this afternoon. The first is I need to head to the public library because I need to print out a document to send to a neighbor. And so we're going to do that first here in Marquette. And then after that, we're going to go to a Harvest Host site at what used to be Sawyer Air Force Base, but that was closed in somewhere around, I guess, 94. So right now it's, I guess, referred to as the Sawyer International Airport. So still operated as an airport, but it's not a government or Air Force installation any longer. But they have an Air Heritage Museum there, so that's what we're going to do. Then that's where the Harvest Host site is. So we're going to go take a look at the planes and other stuff that they got hanging around there at what used to be Sawyer Air Force Base. All right, let's get going. I'm here at the K.I. Sawyer Air Heritage Museum. K.I. Sawyer Air Force Base was a member of the Strategic Air Command, and I believe this base was shut down in 1994 as a part of restructuring efforts. Take a look at a few of the monuments that are here. Pause the video so that you can read this if you would like. Clearly there's work to be done and is being done. So this is referred to as the Upper Peninsula Memorial Retreat Center, dedicated to the men and women who have lived in the UP and have given their lives in the service of their country. This monument was actually erected and commissioned. I don't know what the word would be. In 1986, when the base was still in full operation. But we'll go ahead and we'll take a look at the aircraft that are here. Starting with the Buff, the B-52. This is a D model. I'll get up close so you can read that if you'd like. Pause the video and take a read. The 410th Bombardment Wing, which was here at Sawyer. Lawn darts on a military scale. The wingspan of this aircraft is just incredible. I think they had to have wheels out here at the end of the wing. I'm going to go out to full wide angle because I think when it was full of fuel, the wings could potentially sag enough to where those were on the ground. At least I believe that's how it worked. Although I am an Air Force veteran, I did not work in flight operations. I worked in aircraft control and warning radar systems for the first half of my 6-year enlistment, and then worked in satellite ground systems for the second half of my enlistment. So I was in the Air Force from 1976 to 1982. So I believe this is an F-104. I don't see any kind of, oh, there may be an informational placard here around the other side. Take a look there. Well, this is a 106 Delta Dart. I have a picture that I took personally from the rear seat of a U.S. Air Force T-33 trainer jet of a 104 that was the chase plane. We were the Rabbit, and the 104s were the chase planes. I will put a picture of that on the video here somewhere so you can see that. It was pretty cool. Believe me, it was like one of the coolest experiences of my life. Not many people get to go up in an Air Force fighter jet, even if it's just a trainer. World Champs 65, Defenders of Strategic Air Command. After viewing the static displays, plan to visit the K.I. Sawyer Heritage Air Museum located at 402 3rd Street. And I've been there, and the tour was spectacular. I did not film any of it because it was a kind of a personal tour, and so just out of respect for the conversation that we were having, I didn't really want to film that. But this is the F-101B Voodoo Interceptor. You got to look at the business end of these jets, right? These things, these afterburners are like crazy, wicked powerful. They'll take you vertical. This one bears the Strategic Air Command patch. I wore that exact patch on my uniform while I was working in satellite ground systems. I worked for the Command and Control Center for the Defense Meteorological Satellite Program. Our primary customer was USAF Global Weather. So this is the FB-111A Aardvark. Let's pause the video and take a read of that. If this is something of interest to you and you would like to support this effort, I'm sure there are ways to provide donation. Just go ahead and Google K.I. Sawyer the Heritage Museum. ADM-20C Quail, air-launched decoy missile. Interesting. All right. So there are the aircraft that they have on display here at the Air Heritage Museum. You know, as I look around the rest of the base, this is, you know, for me as an Air Force vet, it's very bittersweet. It's wonderful to see an old military installation like this, something that I had been a part of myself, but now is in decay. So when the base closed, civilian interests came in and started taking over. Some of it was repurposed, and some of it was later re-abandoned. I don't know that I should call it re-abandoned. I mean, the military closed operations and walked away. But in the walking away, I guess a lot of it was sold. And so yeah. Now the flight line, it was quite an active flight line here. Lots of B-52s here, lots of KC-135 tanker aircraft stationed here, and those all moved off to different bases. I know Minot Air Force Base picked up many of the B-52s. But the actual flight line here at K.I. Sawyer was taken over by civilian and commercial aviation. So there is still an active flight line here. But as you look around, the rest of the base is in pretty sad decay. And I found one of the dormitories over sort of in that direction, right next to an operating vet clinic, to just be open. And these buildings are just open. They're empty, but they're actually open. They're not locked. There's no signs saying keep out, no trespassing or anything like that. Global response, contact centers, e-commerce, and fulfillment. So, I mean, I don't know if that's post K.I. Sawyer or what? I believe what I was told was that these buildings were at one time like the commissary. Yeah, I don't know. I hear voices in here. But I don't know whether this was from, the K.I. Sawyer days, or whether this had been repurposed. But it does not appear to be in operation now. It's too bad some of the original signage isn't here so that we could know exactly what this all was. Yeah, I mean, this looks like it had been repurposed and then later given up. I'm glad to see we've got some clearing skies. We're supposed to have a great aurora display tonight, so that would be good to have clear skies. See if we can go in here. Some of the doors are locked. This one is open. It smells musty in here. I think this was the old commissary. Although it has kind of weird entrance for being like a grocery store or a commissary. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was, yeah, wow. The camera's picking this up pretty good, but to me it's just flat out darn near dark. Give it a little extra light with my flashlight. So maybe this was like apparel sales or something like that. Kind of like the I don't know, the Walmart of the military. Gonna try and just look over here. I've got my flashlight zoomed all the way in now, so it's kind of like a spotlight. Yeah, so I know I tried to get in or out these doors, but these are sliding doors, and they're obviously not operational anymore. Were any of you stationed at K.I. Sawyer? I would love to hear from you about your experience here at this base. And again, I just find it so bittersweet to see an Air Force installation in such decay, falling to ruin. What these guys are up to? Skateboarding. Yeah, these are the dorms that I mentioned that I had seen, and they're literally open. I'm probably not going to go up to like the 3rd floor or something on one of these buildings. Here's the veterinary clinic, by the way. But I do know that this door is open. Facility closed, level 4, whatever level 4 means. I'm just going to come around to the side here and see if there's a back entrance. Don't know what this is, but I'm gonna guess it could have been like a mess hall. Although it's actually looks like a mail. Oh, that could be. It could have just been a mail facility. Yeah, that's probably what it was. Facility closed, level 4, whatever that means, real estate management. I'm sure that those stairways are quite sound. I was hoping to find something on the ground floor where the windows were okay and not just boarded over. That may be hard to find. And I really don't feel like going floor hopping in an old abandoned building like this. I'm adventurous, but I don't know if I'm quite that adventurous. We could go look at the next building over, see if there's any ground level dorm rooms that are intact. I'd love to see, how people lived at K.I. Sawyer. I would imagine that these would be enlisted barracks. And the barracks that I lived in the Air Force, they were nice. The only barracks that I really lived in, well, three. One was down in Sawyer Air Force Base in Biloxi, Mississippi. Those dormitories are all gone now. They've completely leveled them and started over with different stuff. And then I went to Minot Air Force Station, which was a small little aircraft control and warning radar site 16 miles south of the city of Minot. Actually had its postal address in Max, North Dakota. And yeah, boy, I'm not seeing any of these ground level units that are not boarded over. So I don't know that we're really going to find anything. Might have to try to go up to another floor. My guess is that the structure of the building is totally sound, but it would just be kind of dark and creepy in there, I think I could get through there. Okay. How's this for some real compelling content? Okay, are we open? No, it looks like they boarded that up, kinda. Bet you the one up there is going to be just like that. No, it's not. All right, let's keep trekking up. Nobody said don't go in buildings, so I don't know. No, can't open it. I'm looking down in there. Oh, I wish we could get in there. Well, we could try the front door. Look at this. So the door overhang here just completely collapsed somehow for some reason. Now, is this going to be open? I can open that. Oh, see? These are definitely open. Okay. What is this? Is this a room that somebody might have lived in? Possibly. It's awful small. Here's a bathroom. Stairs going up. Let's take a look. I feel like I'm on one of those videos that they make where, you know, you're in some old haunted place. All right, well, I don't see anything wrong with the floor. I see some light coming from one of the rooms here. So, let's see what we got. Okay. This would have been one of the dorm rooms. I'm guessing this could have been a two-man room. That's cool. I wonder if that was a personalization done by the final resident. Got a stucco ceiling. I don't know if that was for heat or not. It looks to me like there may have been a radiator, like a steam radiator on the wall here. A lot of old pipe insulation. I have to wonder whether or not that's like a asbestos or something. But yeah. And then we've got a sink here. Interesting placement for it. Bathroom here. Yeah, shared bathroom. So we got a toilet there. And a shower. Yeah. Looks like a lot of the plumbing has been ripped out. And then we end up in another room that has a two-man situation. Again, the radiator's missing. View's nice. Don't know whose Class A motorhome that is over there. The sliders are out, so somebody's in there, looks like. But, wow. And I see a lot of what looks like bird droppings or rat droppings or something, so there's that. Okay, well, that was room number 211, and I don't know what I just stepped on, it cracked, and 209. So if you were at KI Sawyer in room 209 or 211, let me know. Boy, that would be just like crazy if somebody had been and responded to that. I keep stepping on stuff that cracks. Now, is this where we came up? I hope. Don't want to get lost in here. No, this is room 202. If you were in room 202, let me know. That's what it looks like now. Yeah, can't really get out that way. All right. All sorts of crap on the floor. One of these was the exit. Looks like this could have been a utility room for holding all the cleaning supplies. There's a breaker panel right there that all the breakers are on the table there. Yeah. All right, we're heading out. I've had enough of my creepy experience for this video. Hope you enjoyed that. Definitely an unexpected delight or whatever to see this. Even though, you know, under such sad circumstances. All right. Okay, with that, I think we'll call it a wrap on this segment of the video. I don't know if this is the actual end or not, but it is for this segment. Again, hope you enjoyed it. A little nostalgia for you ex-Air Force folks, or even you current Air Force folks that are just interested in seeing, though, you know, the base after they've closed, some, you know, almost 30 years after they've closed, and the state that they come into after all that time. All right, talk to you in the next segment or next video, whichever.